Good evening, all. Hope you're all well. Live pictures of somebody losing it. There you go, nothing new. Well, so welcome to our last round, round 8 of the CXR Porsche Cup. And tonight, where else but Spa? So, famous circuit, a great circuit, loved by many, mastered by not very many. But there you go. So, round 8 tonight, as I say, nice sunny day. And for the last time in the weekly format, I've got Phil and Ruben with us this evening. Good evening, chaps.
Good evening, boys.
Evening, Mark. Evening, Ruben. How are we? We all good?
We all good,
Yeah.
man.
Wait, I'm just
Got
going to
the
move
Kleenex
everything
ready.
Yeah, got the Kleenex ready. Well, I hopefully for crying.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What a way to kick it off.
That's it. You got to kick it off somehow. Yeah, so we have, what do we have tonight? I think we've got about 11, 12 drivers. 6 in each, six pros, 6 AMs. We still got a really good fight for the championship as well, don't we? So
Yeah.
let me just see whether I can just bring that up on a screen for everybody, because that is one thing that I did not check to see whether it was updated for this week. Which I think it is. And it's not that button.
So, interestingly, on the overlay, you've got temperature at 35 on the track map, and then you've got 21 on the ambient. Is that one ambient, one track temperature? Is it?
Yeah, the track temp is always a little bit hotter. Just
Well, the funny
Easy
thing is,
there.
in session, it's saying that the track temp is 23.
Oh, blimey, so none of it matches. Good stuff.
so we're getting all sorts of issues or all sorts of information.
Well, the ambient temperature is nearly correct, but the track temp is 23 degrees.
Okay, cool. Right, let's just get the points on screen. Hopefully,
So, the amateur championship. So, Dennis Meisner has it sewn up. Nobody can catch him. I've got to say, I won't point this out, Phil, but that is an old table. So,
is it an old table?
I'm afraid so. That's last week's table.
God damn.
God, one job. God, all gone to pot, isn't it?
Let's have a look.
So I'll read through it. It's basically right though, but the points totals are different. So the way things panning out tonight, Dennis Meisner is racing, so he's won it regardless of what happens. Unfortunately, Postamo is currently in second position.
There you have it.
There you go. How quick was that? Lightning.
That was pretty quick. Now, very intriguingly, not that I wish to point out another error, but you're showing Martin Postamo with 95 points, but on the website I'm looking at, it says 93, which makes a difference to where they have to finish in order to finish second. But hey, we'll worry about that later. So
yeah, so go off the website, because these have actually just been pulled in from the iRacing data. So
okay, fine. So
we've had to take other things
currently,
into...
I'm showing Mr. Postama on 93 points, which means Rene Borsche is 10 points behind on 83, and Esli Viva's on 82. So Rene and Esli are both racing tonight. Martin isn't. So providing they finish minimum of 4th, that'll be enough points to jump him into second.
Yeah.
So it could well be a straight shootout.
With a quick message, though, Mark, because Martin Postema wasn't quite sure if he was able to make the race. So who knows? Maybe he jumps in just before the end of qualifying.
Yeah, well,
if he doesn't, then it's definitely going to be interesting.
Jeopardy. So, also, excuse me, I lose my voice here. Pro Championships looking at rather interesting at the moment. So, again, I've got a slightly different table to what's being shown. I've got Yomantis currently leading on 85 points, Yovizer second on 84, and Matthew Hodges in third on 83. Pinbao was in the running, but he's not starting tonight, and he was in 4th place on 79. So the podium spots could well be a 3-man shootout, because the top 3 are all racing tonight.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I believe last week Matthew Hodges received a 10-second penalty for something, and that's why the points is mismatched.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's fair enough. So, yeah, there's only 2 points separating the top 3. So I think that's in all the streams we've done, I'm pretty sure that's the closest we've ever going into a final round.
100%. Yeah, 100% with
So,
4 drivers.
I mean, it's a shame Pimbao isn't racing because there'd be 4 of them fighting for 3 places. But we got what we got, so there's no point worrying about it. So go Matthew Hodges tonight for CXR. Be nice for him to finish it in first, just from a selfish point of view. But we should have some good, interesting racing. I think Matthew Hodges had the fastest time in practice, although there was a minute or so left on the session when I stopped looking. But there was very, very little between him and I think it was it Yomantis, I think, was up there as well. There was only sort of 4 temps. Sorry, not even that. 400s, I think it was between them. So quality's already underway as we're gabbling on. 5 minutes gone. Matthew Hodges has set early pace, ahead of Kieran Smart and Rene Borsche for the amateurs in 3rd at the moment. I think Ruben gone to Lou again, is he?
No. You
Oh,
were
that's
talking, mate. No,
No, that's right.
I was leaving you to it, mate. I was leaving you to
I'm
it.
not
But
used
I
to
do
you not
I
saying
do agree,
anything
though.
for a while.
No. But I do agree, though, that that's Ashley
Postman
Weavers. Yeah, Postman
stacked
Pat.
it.
Just a little bit too eager coming through Radion, but yeah, it was Matthew Hodges and Jomantis. Only I looked at it, and it was 700ths of a second in between.
Oh,
But not far off was Jack Fielder Clifford. He was showing some good pace in the practice as well, so that is going to be an interesting one, though, because if he can mix it up within that top 3 that are fighting for the champion win, then who knows what's going to happen.
yeah, could be deciding factor.
Exactly.
So, by my very crude calculations, barring any travesties and yellow flags, we're probably looking around 19 laps. Is it 40% race fuel to start? I'm trying to recall now what the limit is. What's it set?
40%. Yeah, it was 40%.
Yeah. So 4/19 is how many, Ruben? It's about 8 laps, isn't it? 7-8 laps before they pit, probably.
Roughly, yeah.
That's the best thing to say when you don't know, Ruben. Roughly.
Exactly,
Roughly.
roughly.
That's what I would
Roughly.
say.
Well, I mean, we've seen different kind of strategies already this season where we were thinking that they were going to come in and they didn't, or the other way around. So you'll never know, especially when someone is thinking like he could be quicker while being in clean air instead of being behind someone. So, but if it's going to play out as the way we hope, it will be Matthew Hodges, Jomantis and Jovisa leading out in front and probably follow each other. Oh, where I saw a spin of Jack Fielder Clifford in the background coming through the source. Currently following Ben Hoffman from XC Racing. Coming through Pouhon. Tricky one always. And another thing that people have to look at, though, is the off-tracks here at Spa.
Yeah, there's quite a few places.
Oh, man, it's
it's
horrible. It's horrible. I mean,
there is one of them. Just a slight inch to the left, and yeah, for some reason you get an off track, even when you felt like you did the same thing the previous lap. And there as well, you get another one on the exit, which is quite annoying. Yeah, there's a few places here, especially going up Rouge and Radion as well. The inside, you can get a very horrible slowdown. I think it's about 3 to 4 seconds. And then if you drift out wide, you get another off track as well. So
exactly. Coming out of Blanchimont, where we saw Ben Hoffman just going through, and here also the exit of the bus stop chicane, the exit of the. It's so harsh on this track, so it could play a role in how the race is gonna pan out. But Jovisa currently with a 2:23.1, 3/10 quicker than Matthew, and I mean Kieran Smart. He's very close as well. Jomantis, who we are currently watching, still has to set a lap time though, and the first 10 minutes of qualifying pretty much passed already.
Flies by, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, especially on such a long track as this, of course.
Just
So,
watch.
what
You
kind
might
of
scurry
lap
over
time is
the
he going to
line.
set?
So goes into second.
Sure.
Look how close.
600, yeah, 600ths of second. René Porsche seems to be on quite a decent lap as well. Is he? No. Right, okay.
No, that's odd. Yeah, 4 best sectors and then 1 yellow sector made him not go any
Yeah,
quicker.
plus it was a 2 minute 30. Oh, and sends it into the wall. Right. So, if he wants to try and better his lap time, he has to go up now. As Weaver still has to set a lap as well.
And we're still waiting for Dennis Meisner as well to set a lap. He's just coming through now, probably on a hot lap. So maybe let's go on board with him for his lap. Such a beautiful sounding car, especially down the downshifts.
Yeah. Pops and crackles. Again here as well. Go a little bit too wide, off track. And we're coming up to another one as well. This hairpin is okay-ish, but this
Look out for
left-hander, I
the-
believe that's called the Jackie X.
And there's a
got a
little
little bit
shed
too
there.
wide here.
There's a little shed there on the right-hand side, and it looks like a woolly mammoth. And now that I've said that, every time you go past it, you will see it, and you will not get it out of your head, unfortunately. So
Oh, and it's like what?
it's like a woolly mammoth. Honestly, this little shed looks so weird. It looks like an elephant, but like obviously brown. So I don't know what it is about this, but someone else pointed it out to me. Yeah, someone else pointed it out to me a while ago, and every time I drive past it now, it looks like a woolly mammoth. So
That's the new corner name then.
Yeah, that's my gift to everybody who's watching right now. I've just ruined Spa for you, and all you'll see is a woolly mammoth. Random story of the day.
We're going through Woolly Mammoth corner.
We'll see it on the next time we go around.
Oh,
As if Dennis doesn't go wide. I don't think
No,
he did.
no, but he definitely suffered from a little bit of understeer going through Blanchimont. Right, coming up to the bus stop. Let's see what he's able to do. Keeps it on track, so no off track there. And he jumps into 8th overall.
P3, yeah, P3 in the AMs. Not like Dennis's normal pace, but
No, but the pressure is off, isn't it? He became champion
Exactly,
last week
yeah.
at Suzuka, so the pressure is off. He doesn't need to. The other thing, though, that I'm currently looking at is, I mean, Joe Weiss and Joe Mendes are really close, but there's a 3/10 gap to Matthew. Matthew is showing 3 yellow sectors. So, then again, you can be quick over 1 lap, but you have to do it at the end of the race. Then we're going to decide who the Porsche Cup Pro Champion will be. And who will be the runner-up and 3rd position.
yeah, it's crazy how close the Pro Championship has gone.
Yeah.
It's I don't think we've ever had like a final that's gone so close to the wire.
Well, we had that one GT3 championship where, was it Adam who won it on 1 point?
Oh yes, the
Yeah,
one.
on the
Yeah,
last
was
week,
that?
yeah.
Yeah, 1 point.
He had a bit of a mare as well, didn't he? I've just noticed Esme Beavers hasn't put a lap in yet. So it's
He's
not
coming.
gonna
See the
help
woolly
him.
mammoth on the right hand side. You missed the. Honestly, when you first go around that corner, it just looks like an elephant. It's weird. Anyway, I will not talk about
Jesus
it.
Christ, are you high?
Yeah. He's going to a coffee shop here. Is it purple as well, Phil? Because if that's the case, then you probably took something else. I'm seeing purple elephants. Right.
It's Tokyo Mantis. He's on a quick one. He's
Yeah, he
done
definitely
3
is.
greenies.
Oh, and the question is that I'm not quite sure who's in front of him, but that could well help him a little bit on the quicker sections of this track.
4 greenies. We
Oh,
locked up. You might have enough still.
yeah, but that lockup is gonna suffer him though. Oh, as the Weavers puts left arm in. And, oh, there you go. Jumentus pole
First top.
position. And Ashley Weavers second in the AMs. Just a 10th behind Rutger Gerritsen.
Qualifying's over as well. That went super quick.
Well, unfortunately, you don't get many laps.
Miss it. Phil, you have to mention it again though. Is there somebody who still has to pass the Wally Mammoth? Because only the details missed it, mate.
I'm sure we'll see it on the first lap. You'll see it every lap. You won't miss it after then.
I'm sure you'll point it out.
Oh, and there we have a message from Maarten Postema. Couldn't make it on time to fight for second place. Oh, it is what it is, mate. It is what it is. You had let us know before the race that it was going to be difficult to get there. Oh, that's Javaisa. Or sorry, that was Ben Hoffman that we're currently watching. But he went very, very wide there on the exit of Blanchimont. So this is definitely a lap time that's not going to count. Practices the pit entry, which is a good thing to do. You never know.
Yeah, very wise. Those walls come up fast when you turn that left corner.
Oh, Kieran Smart locking up the front right, and he's doing the same thing. So, I think that's qualifying done.
Yeah, I think that is. We're just waiting for the grid results to come through, and I'll get them on screen for everybody. So, who you go for this week, Mark? Who's
Well, I'm going to throw the cat amongst the pigeons. I'm going to go for a Matthew Hodges win.
Oh, okay.
Got to, haven't we?
Right.
CXR Project Black Racing.
So here we've got the qualifying results for the final round of the CXR Porsche Cup at Spa. It's Aureus Jomentis on pole position, Dominicus Javaisa on P2, Matthew Hodges P3, Kieran Smart P4, Rutger Gerritsen on P5, Ashley Wavers P6, Ben Hoffman P7, René Bosche P8, Dennis Meister P9, Jack Fielder Clifford P10,
sorry,
P11, and P12. They went a little bit too quick. Daniel Merchant.
Yeah, I just don't see I know it's all right. It's fine. I was panicking for a second. I didn't see a safety car, and I was thinking, "Oh, are we on the wrong way?" But we're not. We're good. My bad.
No worries. So, well, I mean, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of cars on track, which is a little bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Like we said before, we still have a 2 championship where we've got fights for some good positions, and just waiting for everyone to grid up. I do believe we have still waiting on 2 more cars. 3.
Just Rene and Trees, yep, and Yamantis as well to lead the way.
To lead the way.
All right, good luck. I will leave you guys to it. Enjoy the race.
Yeah, cheers, Phil. You too, man.
All the best.
Right, so you've jinxed Matthew, right, Mark?
Yep.
Okay.
Go on, be brave. Do
No,
one.
I'm not. No, I'm not going to jinx anyone. Oh, I'm a big chicken. That's no secret, mate.
So, which one of your Dutch colleagues are you going for in the amateur then for second?
None.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm not going for anyone. I'm not going to do that anymore.
Well, I'm going for Postman Pat then.
All right. So here we've got the lights coming up. It's like Dennis is looking at the camera
marigolds
instead
on.
of looking at the lights, though.
Yeah, smile.
Lights
Got a
off.
flash.
Oh, Jovais had a...
Matthew's
what?
at the start.
Oh, look at how Jovais is squeezing Matthew to the inside there. But
He's
it's
taking
Matthew.
second.
Yep, coming up in second.
Ooh, he's going to go first. No,
Whoa.
someone's spin at the back there.
That's René Bosche and Dennis Meisner, or... Yeah, that's Dennis. Oh.
Ooh, hello.
Yeah, no, René Bosche's car is damaged. He's crabbing.
Right.
Wow, so that's taken one person out of contention for a good finish in the AM Championship, pretty much. Not quite sure what happened there. We will have to look at the replay later on. But first, the battle at front between Gervais and Jomantes. Matthew really close behind. Then it's Kieran Smart P4, Rutger Gerritsen P5, and Ashley Wavers P6. Although Kieran Smart is now on the outside of Rutger. Is he going to take the position? Yes.
So whilst we were watching the start then, they've shuffled around because Matthew was second, but the advisor's managed to get his nose ahead now, so he's now winning it with Jomantis second and Matthew back into third. Ooh. There's Postman Pat sixth. So that's done him a favour. Oh, who's just spun there?
Daniel
Merchant.
Spinning in the background. Yeah, while Dennis is coming through. I think Daniel's waiting for Dennis to pass. Yes. Good thing. Oh, Rutger Gerritsen. No. Wow.
What happened there?
Well,
he just suddenly shot across.
Yeah, he came out very wide and got launched on the curb. Here we're going to see it again. Ooh. His car just jumps and then, yeah, with high speed, nothing you can do right there. Although the weird thing is, though, his car is actually not showing any front damage. And I do believe that's something that iRacing have worked on, where you've got a tire barrier that it's not going to damage as much as it did before. But then again, he fell all the way to the back, and it's now Ashley Weavers who's leading the AMs. Right, back to the front. It's Gervais still leading in front of Jomantes and Matthew. Kieran Smart a little bit further back, but still relatively close. Taking their off tracks right there.
I think he's going to catch him up pretty quick. As we say that, he's right behind him now.
While in the chat we see Marta saying, please, Rutger, get Peter Post or Postman Pat. And all for the position in the championship. But we're getting a group of 4, then a little group of 3. I do believe it's René Borsche who's still in the pit because of the tow he had to take. Obviously, he can take his fast repair, but then again, he still has to tow, so he will lose quite a lot of time. Which is a shame, a real shame. Yeah, definitely a curb trampoline.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, going on the defensive here, Gervais. Is going to stay on his outside? No. And we've seen that before, Mark, that Gervais knows what he's doing when he's defending his position. But then again, he's got to do it for roughly 41 more minutes.
I can see this maybe being just stay behind for a while, because it's, if these 4 can just stay within touching distance, there's no pressure really to do anything. There's plenty of opportunity to overtake here, isn't there? Could be down to the pits. We've seen it before a couple of times, haven't we?
Exactly. It's definitely true.
Where's this woolly mammoth then? I'm still...
Well, and I'm also thinking,
is it extinct?
What? No, well, what happened with Ashley Wavers though? Because
he's second in the amateur, so that's good. He's now second in the table.
He was, yeah, but he was leading the AMs just a lap ago, so I'm not quite sure if he made a mistake somewhere. But it's now Drieske there, and actually, so it's the top 6 of the pros, and then P7 to P12 is the AMs. Although, unfortunately, Daniel Merchant has retired from the race. René Borsche is back out on track, which is a good thing. I mean, you never know what happens with the people that you're fighting for in the championship for position, so still a lot can happen.
So here's the leading group of 4 at the moment, followed by the midfield of... Hold on, I'm confused. Yeah, another 4. Hey, Postman Pat.
Yeah, he's not that far back, and he's got the room to the car behind, which is Dennis Meisner. Although Dennis Meisner is now closely followed by Rutger Gerritsen as well. And I'm not quite sure who's the better on pace, Rutger Gerritsen or Ashley Weavers. So we're going to have to wait and see how that's going to pan out. Yeah, a bit of a gap now between Jomantes and Matthew, although...
Let's have another little look.
Yeah, but...
He's going to squeeze in front, I think.
Well...
He is on the inside here. Yeah, I think he's going to pinch it. No, he's not yielding.
Oh, a little bit of
Actually, a
contact
bit
even.
touchy. Yeah.
And we saw some lights flashing there from Jomantis as well. And again, right. So, I think we have to keep an eye on that though. There's the Wally Mammoth again. Oh, oops, I think a couple missed it probably because when I said it, we we're pretty much pausing it already. But we'll keep an eye on the Wally Mammoth.
Dries Kader then overtaking Ben Hoffman there.
Yeah. Well done by Dries. Oh, and then he sort of outbrakes himself. Yeah. Keeps the car on track though. Good stuff. Well, Ashley Weavers isn't that far back. The gap to Dennis Meissner though is still pretty much the same. And Gerritsen isn't able. Oh wow, that seemed to be close contact. Well, maybe there even was a little bit. Looking at the front of Ben Hoffman's car, he's got a little bit of damage. But this is an interesting group. And there was some contact already between Joe Weiss and Joe Mantis, as we saw. So, really interesting to see what's going to happen. Hey, yo, Milo. Good evening, man. Good to see you in the chat as well.
So, out of the leading four, Kieran, who's currently sitting fourth, is the quickest person on track currently.
I tell you what, it wouldn't surprise me if Kieran's just thinking like, right,
Sitting
guys,
there, yeah.
I'm just
Let
going
him
to sit
fight.
behind you, let it all play out, and we'll see what happens. I said it. Ooh, is that only enough track for Matthew, or is it gonna be slowed down as well? I think he's gonna be lucky with only enough track, but he definitely cut a little bit too much there on top of Radion. But I said,
Kieran.
Look at the fierce battle in front between Gervais and Germantes. Wow. Good stuff for the final race of this league.
Leslie Weavers is getting ahead of Dries Kader as well.
That's interesting.
Rather
though.
easily done as well, because he was about 6/10 behind, wasn't he?
What happened with Ben Hoffman? Because Dries Kader just overtook Ben Hoffman on the last lap, as the Weavers was behind him, and Ben Hoffman lost a couple of positions. So here we're gonna have a look. Coming up to Lazarus, turn 1. And just lost it on his own. Yeah, well, that's the thing though with Lazarus, especially with this car. You don't want to take too much off that inside curb because it really unsettles the car, and then it's quite easy to, just lose control, as we saw Ben Hoffman do. Although I don't think he hit the wall, which is good. But that means that now Dennis Meissner is definitely picking up a little bit of pace because the gap to Dries Kader has dropped with a second. Although Rutger Gerritsen is now 2 seconds behind Dennis, so Dennis has seemed to find his pace, or found his pace. Ooh, Matthew now really on the back of Germantes. Well, really gonna work though. He's gonna try and set it up for the bus stop chicane. Losing a little bit of downforce there, going through Blanchimon.
Where is the track limit? Is it on the AstroTurf when they hit the inside of the curve?
Yeah, I do believe when you, with your inside wheels, go over the white line, that's where you get the off track. But yeah, I mean, with this car, you want to get that line right. If you're behind someone or not, you really want to have to get that line right. Otherwise, it's so easy to drift out wide. So that's, like I said, it's going to be interesting how that's going to play out. But still the same leading group.
This is
Here
very
as well.
rewarding if you get that right.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is.
Ben
got to
Hoffman's gone in. So he must have had trouble with his car with the spin earlier. Has he towed? He's towed. Can't work out if he's towed or if he's actually gone in.
Maybe something happened, not quite sure. Although he was showing a little bit of contact on the front of his car. So
He had that spin, didn't he, in the first corner?
Yeah, but he already had the damage in front of
Oh, did he?
on the front of his car. So if
Oh, right.
if you have car contact, that's a 4x. So maybe a spin, losing control is 2x. So for all you know, maybe he just took too many X's already, and got some sort of penalty. But yeah, as we said, still a very good battle here between the top 4, of which the first 3 drivers are all in contention for the championship win. So currently with these positions, Mark, how are we looking at the championship standings?
As it is, your Visor's going to win it, followed by
Okay.
followed by Hodges. So nice and simple.
There you go. Well, that's an easy job for you, then, mate.
I like that. That's easy math.
And what about the AMs then? It's Ashley Weaver's currently leading the AM class.
He's going to take second place. Obviously, nobody can catch Dennis up. He sewed it up in real terms probably 2 or 3 rounds back. But mathematically last week. But the only person who can challenge for second now is René Borchardt, who's, as we're speaking, has just gone up into 10th. But obviously needs to get ahead of Esley to stand a chance.
Yeah.
But like you said, as long as he keeps racing, he is a lap down. But if someone else has an accident, on this track especially, it's a long old tow back to the pit.
Well, that's the case. He's not giving up, which is a good thing. But yeah, it's not in his favour as of now.
No, we're about a third, I'm guessing, third-ish of the way through.
Yep.
So I think.
And again, looking at those last lap times, again, it was Kieran Smart being the quickest out of those 4.
Yeah, I just get the impression he's just sitting there happy to follow, save a little bit of fuel.
Yeah, Matthew probably the same, but Gervais and Jamantas definitely are more in a battle.
Well, they're definitely the more aggressive of the 4.
Oh, this is going to be... Well, look at this. This is going to be a close one. So coming on to the Camel Straight, it's Jamantas already on the back of him. Yeah, I was going to reckon Gervais is going to move to the inside again and now pins Jamantas to the outside of the track. Is Jamantas far enough alongside to stay in front? Oh, he has to brake a little bit.
Gone a little bit wide.
Yeah, and he did the right thing, though. Coming through the left hand, he just gave a little bit of throttle to get that drive out of that second turn from Lecom and took the position there from Javisa. And that's going to be interesting. Are we going to have this same battle with different names in different positions? Or is Jamantas able to slowly pull away? And what is Matthew thinking? Because now things are going to change. So since Jamantas is in first now, Mark, does that actually mean that he is going to win the championship? Or with Gervais in second? Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Right. The points difference between P1 and P2 is too big.
So
yeah.
You got, is it 3? I can't remember. Is it 5 points between first and second, or 3 points between first and second? So it doesn't really matter. Was it 7? Is it? I'm getting whispered in my ear. I didn't realise it was as big as that.
It's 25 to 18, isn't it?
Yeah, so it is a straight shootout because the gap is so minimal.
Ooh, well, then it's definitely going to be interesting because it's all or nothing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with you there, Phil Regan in chat. This is going to feel like a long race waiting for this result because actually one of his drivers, which is Jovisa for XZ Racing Team, could potentially win the championship. Do you want to be there? Oh, still on the inside. Oh, wow.
Oh,
bold move there.
Now, Matthew Hodges trying to take a bit of advantage here.
Oh, look at that. Oh, this is going to be proper. Oh, jeez. I solemnly hope that we're not going to end in tears, though. And that this battle is going to continue till the end of the race. I'll probably jinx it. I'll probably jinx it already. I shouldn't have said that. Sheeps. Right.
So yeah, just for clarity, who have you jinxed?
Pretty much the entire top 4. So, but it's Matthew now up in second. And having a little look there on the outside. Oh, a little bit of door banging. Yeah, I think he's trying to pinch Jovisa to the inside. So what we saw last round, it's now between Matthew and Jovisa.
Oh,
Matthew can't really get it done. Oh, this is...
Oh, no,
Matthew loses control. Oh, and he takes Jamantas with him.
No.
Wow, right. Okay, so yeah, it's now Javaisa leading. Here we're gonna have a look at it again. Yeah, just lost control, and Juventus was so close to him, he couldn't really avoid him. It seemed like Juventus was trying to get past him, but
I lost
got
it.
a final. Yeah, well, when I think the front of Matthew's car went to the outside and tapped the right rear of Juventus, which sent him into the wall. But wow, this is what I said it. I jinxed it.
Typical. God.
Right, guys, it was a good evening.
I'll get
See you all later.
Yeah.
Oh man. Right. Okay. So still, Javaisa leading the race in front of Kieran. I mean, Matthew isn't that far back, but he is. He's got some damage on his car. The same will be for Juventus. So it's gonna be interesting how that is gonna play out. Looking at the AMs, it's still Ashley Weavers leading the AMs in front of Dries Kader. Dennis Meisner still slowly closing that gap to Dries. It's now 6.4 seconds. And Rutger Gerritsen not really able to be on the same pace as Dennis, trying to close the gap to the cars in front. And then we've got Jack Fielder-Clifford in 9th position, quite far down, 17 seconds. And then, yeah, obviously we know what happened with René Borsche. But he's still driving. Yeah, sorry, Phil Regan. I jinxed it. But hey, still, never know what's going to happen. But it's looking good for your driver, though, Javaisa. Right.
Dear. So,
Yeah.
Ashley Weavers in 4th currently. He's going to finish in the runner-up spot in the Amateur Championship. The advisor currently leading will therefore take the Pro Championship. I think Kieran's second. I don't think actually goes anywhere because the other two are still in strong positions. Yeah. He's not going to have a big enough gap between the positions to claw much back. It's a bit of a shame. Ben Hoffman's still in the pit. He's been in the pit for 7.5 minutes, so that's one hell of a tow. Well, assuming that he's got a fast repair to use.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody makes that mistake. Oh, there we've got the wall. Oh, he's just showing the Wally Mammoth. He's just showing the Wally Mammoth. Right. So. Right, Phil, you can get in the chat real quick. Where's the Wally Mammoth? Come on.
What, that one there? You on crack again? Jesus, Wally Mammoth. Oh, bloody shit. I'm surprised you got enough time.
Right,
I'm surprised you had enough time to make it out as a woolly mammoth for the speed you go.
Phil was trying to explain it, but unfortunately he forgot to get the mic going. But yeah, well, you all know what Mark meant with "Are you on crack?" So, man.
And here's the postman. You could put big arrow on it in Discord.
So Postman Pat. He's in a good overall 4th position. Obviously, he took one from Juventus. Juventus is really showing some right rear wing damage.
So is Postman Pat big in Holland then, is it?
What? Yeah, it's Peter Post.
Peter Post.
Peter Post.
Yeah, it's not as good as Postman Pat. Why Peter?
What?
Yeah,
I'm not going to sing the song though, but it's actually stuck in my head now, so cheers.
So Javaisa's opening up a 5-second lead over Kieran Smart, but Kieran's still technically the quickest on track. But
well, Mark, how many points does Kieran Smart have in the championship without taking in the results from this race? So before the start of this
currently
race.
65. He's in a bit of no man's land really. He's got
so with
him and Matthew Hodges, he's 18 points behind. So
But yeah, okay. So yeah, Matthew's in third, obviously.
Even if he wins tonight, he's not going to claw any positions back.
Oh, right. Well, still in a good second position. Yes,
well,
he's 5
I
seconds
say that
behind.
in fairness, he's got an opportunity to overtake Pinbow in fourth, but nobody remembers fourth place, do they?
Oh, that's harsh. Karen would actually probably be quite happy.
Yeah, well,
they're doing it off like it's nothing.
It might as well give him some credit. He won last week, didn't he, for his first maiden win?
Yeah, true.
And he's had 3 sixth positions, a 5th and a 7th, so he's been pretty consistent through the season. And regular, I might add.
Right, Mark Postma has to explain something, though, because he's saying he's the one and only postman, not Ashley.
What, the only postman in Holland?
What? Well, I'm not quite sure what he's meaning with what he's saying, so Mark, if you could explain yourself, please do.
What, in real life he's the postman?
I mean, unfortunately, with this battle, or with the crash from Matthew taking Gementis with him as well, I do believe it was a racing incident, though. Oh.
Bang on lap 9. So that's interesting. The others are still out.
Yeah, Gementis still going. So what kind of times were you calling when I said roughly 7, 8?
What's that for the pit?
Yeah.
I said I can't remember what I said. Around 8. I said, I think, didn't I?
And how many laps did you call out in total?
I reckon in total it's 19.
It's my name, Postma.
Ah, Postma.
Marta, jeez. But it's true though. Yeah, right.
Been a long day. That won't win joke of the day, will it? What's the cat's name then in Dutch?
I don't know. Wait.
Yes, in English. So what? Yeah.
Okay, wait.
You have to Google it now, won't you? Or as I used to sing, ran over his black and white
I've
cat.
just asked my wife. Normally she knows stuff like that, but...
Did she look at you funny?
No, actually not.
Oh, Postman Pat lost it.
Oh. And where is Rutger Gerritsen currently on track?
Oh, he's 7th. There's 2 places behind.
Still too far back though.
Yeah.
Right, so in Dutch the cat's called Smoes.
Who? Sluice?
Smoes.
Oh, smooth. God, blimey.
Like I'm telling a little lie. It's actually... Oh, Jesus, what we're talking about? We're talking about the cat from Postman Pat. While we're watching a race at Spa-Francorchamps in the Porsche Cup, final round of the CXR Porsche Cup. Javisa still leading in front of Kieran Smart, and then Gementis in 3rd position due to Matthew. And here's Javisa coming in. But, I mean, he's got a good gap. Javisa just has to concentrate, get his pit stop in, get out on track, don't make any mistakes.
Kieran's followed him in.
Yeah.
So, Gementis is also in.
Well, now it's going to be interesting how Matthew Hodges' outlet will be.
Well, his pit stop was 14.7. So the others, your visor's just stopped, so the clock is now ticking. Smart has stopped as well.
Pretty much everyone except
coming up
Matthew
to the
and
14
René.
Now. He's still in the pit. Oh, slightly slower at 15 dead. Kieran should be 2nd. He's out slightly quicker, half a second.
And
Mantis should be next. Yeah. Yes, 15 as well.
So, like you said, Kieran took out half a second.
Yeah, Leslie Viva's 14.7. Dennis Meister's a slow one there, 15.4. Is it random when you go in the pit then, or is it predetermined?
Well,
You've been using crew chief to fill up and all that.
Yeah, that could be different. As well as if you take the tear off of the screen, I do believe that it's like 1 or 2 seconds that you could gain in a pit stop. So I'd imagine that pretty much every driver has got that turned off, but you never know. If you leave that on, it could just well be that 1 or 2 seconds that you lose for an actual position. But I don't think we see a lot of differences.
So rather disappointingly, yeah, nothing's changed, has it?
No.
Oh, actually, no, tell a lie. Hasn't Hodges... Oh, no, because he hit your Mattis, didn't he?
Yeah, he was in front of Jomantis
Yeah, that's right,
earlier than the other drivers.
It's as you were. So we need a bit of rain now, really, don't we?
Some oil slicks.
Yeah, oil button.
So we're looking at Drieske there. It's a replay. So what? Did he hit the wall coming out of the pit? What happened?
Oh dear. Has he really?
Or maybe a little bit too much throttle and turn it around. Yeah. And have just because Dries, I mean, it's such a freaking annoying pit exit. Right, so Dennis needs a clean window when crossing the finish line.
Is he gonna just pull up on the corner before and give it a quick wipe down? Make it look all sparkly.
That's so wrong what you said, but that's probably me.
Yeah. God.
Yeah. Right, so Jomantis 2.6 seconds behind Matthew. Yeah, he's obviously getting a little bit here in the bus stop chicane. Although coming out of the pit it was 2.8, so is he coming a little bit closer?
Well, Kieran's munched up a second on that lap. Bearing in mind though they did go into the pit, and that's where he gained 8 tenths on your visor in the pit, so that's where that gain is.
Yeah, and Ashley Weavers, although he had that off track, still leading the AMs in front of Dennis Meisner and Rutger Gerritsen. He's got about a 2.6 second lead over Dennis. And René Borsje is eating away a little bit of time, but keep in mind though, he still has to come in for a pit stop. I don't think he's gonna get to the end of the race.
Just a little screenshot of Dennis on his webcam in the bottom corner. I take it we don't have a feed for Kieran anymore then? Is it only fans only? Is it on a Wednesday night now? Pay-per-view, yeah. Subscription, click on the link. That's where we gone wrong.
Right, Wally Mammoth. One more time. Let's go. On board. Wally Mammoth. Gonna come up to the Wally Mammoth. I want to see it again.
Let's have a look. There it is.
Right. Right.
Fucking, I don't know what you lot are smoking.
No. To be honest.
Look, is his background? It's a fucking shed. Looks nothing like a bloody woman, Mammoth. Is he in my ear or was he on the street? I can't tell. Because people think I'm just going mad. I'm talking to myself.
Oh, on my side, it's quite funny too. You guys go.
Come on, Phil, you should be co-commentating as its last one.
Right, so René Borsje has come in for his pit stop as well because he obviously wasn't going to make it due to his stop. Well, pretty much after turn 1.
I know it was 25 degrees out there today.
Do we still have to replay for what
too long, I think.
Do we still have to replay for what happened with René at turn 1? Here we're gonna have a little look. So it looks like he has a decent start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also.
So René there on the far side. Was that a touch? Was it or not? It's hard to tell.
It was, I think it was, but it more seemed like, I know I can't mention it, but it's that word that we can't mention, but let's have a little look. Because I don't think there was actual physical contact between the cars. Let's put it like that. So let's see. Here we've got Daniel. Oh, maybe there was a little bit, but... And then there's... Well... Dennis and Daniel. Both had a little bit of contact with René at turn 1, but To be honest, though, it didn't seem like it was contact where his car started crabbing, unless he got hit on the right or the left rear wheel or something. Well, okay, it is what it is. It happened. He's currently in 9th position. Still going. Here we have Rutger Gerritsen in 7th overall, 3rd in the AMs. Doesn't really have the pace to close up to Dennis. Well, Dennis roughly staying around the same sort of time, 2.5 seconds behind Esli. But we've seen Esli making that mistake already once, so he can't really afford to make the same mistake again. With Rutger Gerritsen now being a lot closer than he was before.
So, 2/3 of the race gone. So
Yeah,
your advisor currently will win the Pro Championship. Matthew Hodges will jump up into 2nd currently. And Mantis slides down to 3rd.
and actually, Kieran Smart seems to be closing up a little bit. It's now about a 4-second lead, or just over 4 seconds to Jovaisa. So let's have a little look at the lap times coming across the line. So 2:23.8 for Jovaisa, and well, also 2:23.8. Yeah, roughly the same, 700
It's going to be a 24-hour jobby if you want to overtake at that rate.
Yeah, true, definitely true.
It's a shame that everyone's spread out a little bit now, really.
Yeah, true. What the? I'm kidding. Right. Yeah, and I mean, they're all just out of that draft as well. I think you have to be within, say, a second to 1.5 seconds to get the draft from the car in front. And since Jomantis is about 2.5 seconds behind Matthew, he's not really able to use it in his advantage to get any closer.
No, I mean,
Dennis Meisner, though, closed the gap with a second to Esli Weavers. And
I'm going to say, looking at the last lap times, between the top 4, it was just over a 10th between them all. Very consistent.
yeah, and the question is, I mean, Dennis is definitely closing the gap to Esli. And once they start battling, could well be, oh, look at that sun glare coming through.
Yeah, it was 4 tenths quicker on the last lap.
Yeah, and if they're going to start fight for position, then who knows what Rutger Gerritsen is able to do. Although we only have about 13 minutes left. 13 minutes left, lap 14. Actually, we do know that Esli Weavers had quite a good race at Suzuka as well, where he could have won the race. Wasn't it for him making a mistake? And I'm not quite sure if it was the final lap of the race. But he made a mistake going through the S's, and I think he lost 1 or 2 positions. He still ended up on the podium, but he could have have won that race. But I do believe this is going to be an interesting battle near the end. Yeah, looking at the intervals between Jovaisa, Kieran, Matthew, and Jomantis, it's roughly staying the same, isn't it, Matt? Sorry, Mark.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, what I was talking about,
I've been
Matthew.
called worse, don't you worry.
You've been called worse?
Yeah.
Right, let me think of something. No.
Probably still worse than that. There you go.
Right, yeah, I think we're going to have to keep an eye on Dennis and Esli for the AMs. As I said, although Jomantis now has gained about half a second on Matthew. Just under 2 seconds. I mean, it's going to be interesting, though. If he is able to get in that toe of Matthew, then who knows if there's going to be a battle for P3 in the end for the pros. I'm currently still watching the Porsche Cup at Spa-Francorchamps, round 8, final round. As we've said before, still a lot to play for the Pro Championship win and for P2 in the AM Championship.
So Dennis Meiser's now broken the second gap between himself and Esley, or Postman Pat as I'm going to call him now, leading in the amateurs. Currently down in 5th and 6th at the moment.
Yeah, and I think that's going to play in his hands coming on to the back straight here, leading up to Blanchimont and the bust-up chicane. Both staying on the safe side there of the off-track. Looks like Esley had quite a good exit though. Dennis doesn't really seem to be able to gain an advantage of the toe. And I'm still looking at that gap between Matthew and Jomantis though, because that's 1.6 seconds. And wow, last lap, Jomantis was 6/10 quicker. So still with roughly 8 minutes left of racing to go, which will be just under 4 laps. A lot can happen. Yeah, you could see that Matthew's taking a little bit more risk going up through Rouge Radion and the exit of Radion as well. Could well be that he got an off track. No slowdown though. Oh, here we go. Dennis Meisner and Esley Weavers. Dennis Meisner is going out in front of Esley. Quite risky though, cutting in front of a car when you're coming up to a braking zone, because the car behind you is definitely going to lose a little bit of downforce while braking. So, well, all is well. Dennis showing some strong pace near the end of the race and currently leading the AMs. Well, it was a short battle though, because he is straight away pulling away a little bit. 6/10 now. And Rutger Gerritsen, well, he gained a little bit out of it, but still 5.2 seconds behind, so there's not much time left for Rutger to try to do anything about that. But back to Matthew and Jomantis. Mark, 1.2 seconds. What do you reckon?
Yeah, sounds about right.
My God.
What do I reckon? In fairness, there's not that much between them. Last lap took out a chunk, but they've been quite steady. I mean, what we got? Probably 3 laps at best. I suppose it's like anything, isn't it? Catching up is one thing, getting past is a bit easier at Spa, but you still got to get there. I'm just looking. Dennis Meisner has already carved out a 1 second lead ahead of Esley Weavers.
Oh, Jomantis actually setting the fastest lap of the race right there, Mark, to 23.1. So actually quite close to the qualification times, or the qualifying times.
Well, he's certainly having a go. He's racing for a bit of pride at the moment.
So, Mark, we're coming close to that one final moment, which you can explain.
Last dance. Yep. So, for all our viewers in Twitch only, is the driver of the day. So, bit slim pickings this week, unfortunately, but give you an indication. Mr. Yovizer, who's currently leading the race and going to lead the championship if it stays as it is, has gone up a place from his qualifying position. Kieran Smart's gone up 2 places. Dennis Meisner has gone up 4 and is leading and already won the amateur championship. And Dries Kader has gone up 3 places if you're looking for a bit of inspiration. So All you got to do is type in the number to the left of the driver scrolling on the driver of the day caption. So simples in chat. Already got a couple of people voting. Oh, Rene Borch's mum's obviously voted for him.
His mum, jeez. Right, so Ashley still relatively close to Dennis, but the battle for P3 in the pros between Matthew and Jomantis. I mean, he's only off second, but as you said, it's one thing to catch up with the car in front. The next thing is to try and go past it.
I suspect it might be fairly aggressive. Call me suspicious, but...
Wow, he seems to be brave on the brakes, though. Immediately closed the gap down to 310. So the next time we're coming onto the Camel Straight, it's going to be really interesting.
as long as they don't do anything silly.
Chavisa just maintaining control. Still 4 seconds in front of Kieran. Matthew 6.8 seconds behind Kieran. Has got Jomantis right on the back of him, and Jomantis seems to have a good run through a Rouge Radion. Matthew's staying on the inside, yeah, but it's still a long way to go before we come up to Lecum.
He's through.
Wow, there was some good break in there from Jomantis, overtaking Matthew on the outside going into Lecum, so he takes P3. Let's see if Matthew is able to... Oh, he locks up a little bit. Let's see if Matthew is able to keep up with Jomantis, maybe try to go for an overtake for the next lap.
Yeah, Mantis definitely meant that. No messing there.
Oh, it's something. Yeah.
What's he behind? I was just looking. I think he's 7 seconds behind Kieran at the moment, so he's not going to catch that unless Kieran does something silly.
No, and Kieran is yeah, and Kieran is on pretty good pace as well. So yeah, I mean, unless Kieran makes a mistake, it's pretty hard to get P2 as well for Jomantis. But it's unfortunate what happened, the incident between Matthew and Jomantis when they were running with the four of them. Early run in the race. Here we've got Rene Porsche. Who's being overtaken by the leader of the race, and Kieran Smart is on his back right now.
So they're just coming up now. Start their 19th lap. Oh, he's getting a bit excited, the old flag waver there.
So it's the final lap. He's called Barney. I think he's got his own Twitter page, doesn't he? Flagman for my racing.
I need to get out more. I don't want to tempt fate and put in my driver of the day vote yet. I think I might be brave and do that in a minute.
So Matthew is keeping up with Jomantis, but he isn't close enough probably to make one final move unless he can close that gap down coming onto the back straight. Coming up through Pulhan. It's only 3/10. Actually, this time around, it seemed like Matthew definitely had a good line through there. Phil Regan in chat is actually making clear that there's only one choice to vote for, Mark.
Yes, that's true. I have voted.
So here we're looking at the leader of the race going through Blanchimont for the final time. Coming up to the bus stop chicane, probably braking a little bit early, taking it easy. No need to rush it. And he's going to get a checkered flag, so well done by Dominicus Jovisa from XC Racing Team, taking the final win and the championship win in the Porsche Cup from CXR. Kieran Smart comes home in a good second position. And Jumantis stays in front of Matthew, so rounds out the podium for the pros. Here we've got Dennis Meisner taking away another win in the AM Championship, Mark.
Yeah, that's a cracking champion. Probably the most, well, he is the most consistent out of all
There we've
the
got
drivers.
SD Weavers coming home in second and actually taking second position in the championship as well.
Correct. I was just having a quick look there. Dennis Meisner's won 6 out of 8 races in the amateur championship.
This is going to be interesting, though. I mean, it's very nice to see them doing burnouts, but I have seen people being disqualified for doing that that soon after the race. So let's hope that's...
I'm sure we can make an exception.
Yeah.
At the end of the season.
Exactly. So that was actually the final race.
Yeah, unbelievable. That was, I mean, it was a good race. It was a shame that the guys got broken up at the by the unfortunate spin there by Matthew Hodges.
Yeah.
But it's an unfortunate situation. It's like I've been there in match shoes where you do not want to ruin anyone else's race. That's the worst thing that could happen. But yeah, it happened. It unfortunately, yeah, the top 4 were broken up, but yeah, it was amazing. It was an amazing season, to be honest. Probably my favorite that we've ever put on. Some of the closest racing we've had. Some of the probably one of the hardest cars we've actually ever had as well, for one of the season as well. So let's get the results up on screen for everybody. And there we go.
So there you have
results.
it. Yeah, Dennis Meisner, win number 6. Ahead of Esley Vivers, who secures second. Hukta Getson in third. I probably said it wrong because Ruben tells me off. Chris Kader in fourth. Rene Borsche unfortunately had an instant early doors, put his race to bed in fifth, and Daniel Merchant in sixth. And then in the pros, Dominicus Jovisa has taken the win along with the championship. Kieran Smart in second, a good result for him again after winning last week. Yomantis finishes third ahead of Matthew Hodges in fourth. Jack Fielder Clifford in fifth, and Ben Hoffman rounding things out in sixth. So
I think
here's the overalls.
Yeah, this is the overall final standings. We'll go actually into the pros in a second, but there's no actual point. There's no you don't win anything for winning the overall championship. It's great to see kind of how they all split up over the season. So congratulations to Jovisa and also to Dennis Meisner as well. Like finishing fifth overall. As an AM is a great achievement. Esley Vivers as well in the top 10. Ruther Gerritsen as well, also in the top 10. So amazing performances throughout the season. But let's have a look at the Pro Championship.
And there you are. So Jovisa takes it 9 points in the end after 2 points separating the top 3. Yomantis finishes in second after overtaking Matthew Hodges. I can't remember if the points are spotty dog or not, but the positions are right. Matthew Hodges finishing third. Kieran manages to leapfrog Pinball, who hasn't raced this week, into fourth.
Let's take a look at the AMs. See how they finish. Obviously, we know that Dennis won clear 170 points. Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's a record as well, isn't it? Most points in a division.
Oh, we've got to count back.
Looking interesting though.
We've got to count back.
Oh
count
no!
back.
I've just bloody closed the thing as well.
Oh, have you?
Look. Hold on a minute.
We've
Let
got a
me dig it
countback
out.
situation. I wasn't expecting a countback situation.
You sure those points are right?
Yeah, so I updated them to the live points halfway through the race. So everything should be correct. Obviously, depending on whether they've received penalties, but I have looked and I can't see any
drum roll.
penalties that are actually going to make anything.
On countback, then, Rene Porsche has actually won round 4 in the amateurs. Unfortunately, Martin Postma has not. He's had 2 seconds. So that, by default, would make Rene Porsche 3rd and Martin Postma 4th.
Yeah, that does make Rene in 3rd then. Obviously, I'll go back and clarify everything, but I'm sure you're right, Mark.
Of course I am.
Of course I am. Of course I am. Anyway, let's get.
So the most important thing, driver of the day, obviously.
That is true. Driver of the day. I'm pretty.
I think it's going to be quite obvious.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say it'd be quite close.
I think Matt just got his. You just started putting them in now a little bit too late. Unfortunately, it's already closed. Yeah, you've I said winning driver of the day, which obviously is deserved. You just won a championship, just won the pro championship, and it went down to the wire. So it was absolutely amazing to see. So congratulations on the win of driver of the day, and also the championship win and the win today. What, the triple header? Did he get pole?
Hold on.
Let me have a quick look.
No, he didn't. I think he started second.
Nope, he started second. Juventus got pole position.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he almost had the full clean sweep there, but yeah. Yeah. Congratulations to you guys there. Amazing performance all season, and also Dennis Meiser. Obviously, this is it. No more league races going forward. In terms of weekly races, we may be back at the end of the year. We're looking to maybe do some kind of team endurance thing with like longer streams and more weekend based. But I just want to thank everybody for all the amazing support that everyone's shown over the number of years that we've now done this. It's been absolutely crazy. So I also want to extend a massive thank you to Ruben and Mark for awesome commentary throughout the whole entire time. The guys in Race Control, Ed, Aaron, and Neil, an absolutely thankless job where they every single week watch this race and try and get everything as best as they possibly can done down to in fairness to all. It's a proper thankless job, but they've done an amazing job throughout. So absolutely thank you to them. And thank you to all the drivers that have taken part. You see at the very end, I'm going to display every single driver that has ever taken part in any of our leagues as well. So massive thank you to them, and a massive thank you to everyone who's just watched. I know there's some of you out there that just watch the races, don't even compete. So it's amazing to see, and amazing that you've all shown the support over the years. So hopefully you will stick with us. I know we're going to have a bit of an extended gap, but hopefully we can be back at the end of the year with something great to stream, and maybe we'll even pick up the old broadcasting services as well in the future. So with that, I'm going to close the stream. I will let obviously Ruben and Mark say something as well if they would like to, but
You got your speech in, Ruben?
Yeah, well, I just want to thank you, Phil, for putting all the hard work behind the scenes. I don't think anyone realizes how much effort and work you put in. I want to thank you for the opportunity to let me be a chance to commentate with you about, what is it, 2 years ago we started doing it, where I started commentating. Obviously, I've been there for quite some time, more taking part in races and everything, but I definitely want to thank you for that opportunity. It's been amazing to do. I think we pull off quite some good streams and leagues and races that we have shown. I also want to thank everybody in chat showing their support, as well as in Discord where people have shown their support. So yeah, just a big thank you to all, and definitely don't forget about us. Stay in the Discord channel. Things will come in the future. It's just going to be a little bit of a break for everyone, and we will be back, but with different formats. So yeah, cheers, and thank you, Mark, as well, for being by my side for a lot of seasons. It was a great pleasure and fun to do that with you. Thank you to Neil, Aaron, and Ed, as you said, Phil. it is a thankless job. So yeah, cheers, guys. Cheers.
Good stuff. Well, I think you said it all, Ruben. Really, there's nothing really more to add. I'll look forward to Phil's collection of brilliant one-liners during our commentary period, because I'm sure there's some absolute gems in there.
Well, now you all know about the woolly mammoth, and you're all going to go searching for it. I know you
That's
are.
almost
So...
as good as the Rachel Riley one we did a while back. But yeah, Postman Pat, I'll let you put something together. But no, I think Ruben's bang on. A lot of people don't see the work Phil does. Anyone think he hasn't got a job? The amount of work he does involved in this in the background. So we won't tell his bosses he's skiving half the time.
Yeah,
but,
they would
they
hate
probably
to know.
anyway. So yes, like Phil said, hopefully we'll come back in some shape, way, or form in the near future. But we're going to have a break for the summer, enjoy it, and I'm going to try and work on this nasty hook I've developed playing golf. So yeah,
Right. Well,
I might even dust off my rig if I get that bored. Who knows?
Oh, the wig's coming out. I mean, it's probably wise to cover up that head. It's not seen hair
not
for
wig.
a while.
God.
Oh. Anyway.
God, on that note.
On that bombshell.
Yeah, on that bombshell, we shall head off. Cheers, everyone, for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. And we'll catch you shortly. Bye-bye.
All the best.
Bye-bye.